Hey, what's up guys, it's Austin and Shane of The Lone Few.
Hello!
Today, we're back in World War II going over a few more small tactics that the game doesn't flat out tell you. Now these aren't dumb little, be sure to keep an eye on the radar type tactics, these are genuine in-game secrets that will help you. So, let's jump right into it.
Coming from older games, the counter-recon plane has gotten a huge nerf. The killstreak no longer scrambles enemy radar, but instead only functions to either shoot a single enemy recon plane out of the sky, or to stop them from calling in one in general. This will only block UAVs and not care package planes, paratroopers, or any other kill streaks. Counter recon planes can also take out other counter recon planes, so if you're being jammed and you have one of your own, you can still call yours in, and it'll shoot theirs out of the sky.
In World War II, your movement speed is dictated entirely by what kind of weapon you are holding at the current moment, not taking into account the weapon on your back. While SMGs, pistols, shotguns, and melee weapons all allow you to sprint at the max speed, rifles and snipers slow you down just slightly, with the LMGs bringing up the rear with the slowest speed. There are no variations within each tier, so if you have a shotgun out, you gain nothing by switching to your pistol off the spawn. But if you have an LMG, it's definitely worth it to switch to your shovel to reach the first objective faster.
Aachen is one of those maps where you're almost guaranteed to find people in a few specific locations. If you ever have a hunch that someone's locking down the center of the map from this area here, you can spray through these boarded windows for an easy kill. Even without FMG attached, it doesn't affect your damage at all through the wood.
While we're talking about Aachen, we figured we'd throw this one in here because it doesn't seem like many people know about this very simple maneuver. The windows on both trolleys are able to be mounted through. Even though they look like they're a very tight fit and a little high, you can still jump through and get a jump on snipers who might be facing in the opposite direction.
In our last video, we mentioned using Lookout on the defending side of Operation Neptune, but what can you do if you're on the other side of it? Well, the perk Undercover will remove the red name from your head, letting you blend in with the AI. Unfortunately, the Mountain Division Sharpshooter is still unaffected and can see your name when holding their breath, so we'd recommend swapping to Undercover. Then going to B-side, where snipers are usually non-existent.
So this is one we found from Drifter's recent video on the subject. When using Duelist, as the game says, you receive an extra pistol plus one additional attachment. However, the game does not tell you that this also removes the fire rate cap on the semi-auto pistols, which already have a 2-shot kill at close ranges. This makes the dual 1911s with extended mags or steady aim absolutely unstoppable.
If you use the rifle bullets on the shotgun, you might know that they're all over the place in terms of whether they kill or just give you hit markers, the latter of which can usually mean the end of you. However, even though after you fire a bullet, the game auto-reloads, you can still hit left on the D-pad to swap back to the shells and finish off your target.
So this was a tip that we got tons of comments on our last video about. On Operation Neptune, during the final 2 segments, there are these bundles of barbed wire blocking the attacker's paths. However, while you're unable to pass through most other buildables, these merely slow you down pretty slightly. Seriously, like there's not much to it at all. We recommend just passing right through and leaving them up so that enemies think that they have the route locked down, but in reality, it's a clear pathway straight to the objective. Bonus fact for this segment is that these barricades here don't actually need bombs planted on them to be destroyed. Firing 2 rockets at each will result in the same outcome.
Everyone knows that the trade-off for putting a suppressor on your SMG is the damage fall-off. In this game, that means your gun has about 30% less range when the suppressor's attached. However, adding the advanced rifling attachment can counteract this. Almost. There's still a bit of a drop-off between the base gun and the gun with both suppressor and advanced rifling, but it's not nearly as noticeable.
There is no benefit to getting on the tanks if you're defending on Operation Griffin. The tanks move backward at the same speed no matter if there's someone on it or not, so all you're really doing is alerting the attackers that there's someone on the objective.
Shotguns don't have many viable attachments in this game, but one often overlooked one is the advanced rifling attachment. Like we mentioned with suppressors, this gives you about a 30% extra range, making the one-hit kill range on the trench gun from this to this. Unlike how Hunker is a carbon copy of the Armored Division's final tier, Inconspicuous is not equal to the final progression in Mountain. Mountain's silent footsteps apply no matter what the player is doing, but Inconspicuous grants the player silent movements for everything except sprinting, which is still very audible.
We'd also like to issue sort of a correction for what we said in the last video. We mentioned that using Serrated with the Expeditionary Division will give you up to 3 knives at a time, and while this does work in private matches, for whatever reason, not in public matches.
And guys, that'll do it. I hope you found some of these tips useful, and if you did, consider leaving a like or subscribing, and let us know what in-game secrets we missed in the comment section below, or in our Discord server down in the description. Like we mentioned, we've also made 2 of these videos before, so go check those out if you want to see even more in-game secrets. See you guys later.